Hey everybody, it's Andrew and welcome back to my channel. So while we anxiously await the announcement of Miss USA 2020, I thought I'd make some videos for you guys to get to know me better and kind of see what my favorite things about Miss USA are. So this video is going to focus on my favorite evening gowns from the last decade. So that's 2010 through 2019. And these are only the girls that actually competed in evening wear on the night. So not prelims, although that was tough. There were some prelim gowns that I really did like. But this one is really focusing on the girls that just showed on the night. Got the iPad here for the first time because I want to be able to zoom in and see these dresses pretty clearly. So we're going to start in 2010. First is Tennessee, Tucker Perry. She ended up placing in the top 10. She had this strapless silver sequin beaded gown, and I don't know if this is the correct term, but I called liquid beading or liquid sequins because it almost looked like the dress was wet and it's dripping sparkles, and that's like one of my favorite style gowns. I mean, this is a pretty simple cut. There's a thigh slit, and it just looks like it's like she just jumped in a pool of silver and came out, and that's what she's wearing. Next we have Oklahoma, Morgan Woolard, and she was the first runner-up that year. I like this dress because I feel like it's a very flattering cut, that off the shoulder cut. It's a white gown with this, like, it almost looks like there's peach and turquoise embellishments around the top as well as around her waist, and it's just enough. It's not too in your face. It does show a little personality, and I thought she looked great. And then we have Colorado, Jessica Hartman, who was third runner-up. I love this dress. This was a unique dress that year because it had such an exaggerated collar. You can't really tell in this photo of her, but the collar actually looked like it went almost up to her chin. It's a halter collar, and it's just this beautiful bronze and silver kind of almost zebra print pattern. And she didn't do too much with the hair and makeup because the dress was so loud already. Alright, let's move on to 2011. First we have Tennessee, Ashley Durham, the first runner-up that year. She had a one-shoulder silver dress with a sheer skirt, and it just covered in different crystals and beads. I thought she looked great. Next is Texas, Ana Rodriguez, who was third runner-up that year. It looks like a simple white dress, strapless dress, but then as you get down, a slit reveals this sheer feathered skirt, which I loved, and it kind of took that dress from really classic to kind of unique and fashion forward. Alabama, Madeline Mitchell, who was second runner-up. This dress I remember was really risky that year, and I think it was Kelly Osbourne or somebody was commentating, and this dress was showing a lot of skin. Off the shoulders, pretty decent V-neck cut with a pretty high slit, and then the back was also open on this dress. And it's a bright red-orange color. She did the hair up and just a pretty large earring, but you don't want to put too much on to distract from the dress. Then we have California, Alyssa Campanella, who was Miss USA 2011. It's this beautiful, like, is that like a forest green? It's not quite emerald green, but it's this like bluish green color with a tight bodice and these blue and green beads all over it, and then a kind of unique fishtail dress. It's uneven hem. I knew the second she walked out that she was gonna win. She just like screamed Miss USA when she walked out. Moving on to 2012. First we have Oklahoma, Lauren London. She was in the top 10. I loved this kind of flesh tone or sheer dress and just covered in crystals and beads and sweet sequins. I love that look. It almost looks like they're just wearing the sequins. So I liked hers especially because it was a bunch of different colors. It looked like a lot of purples and greens and maybe topaz in there. And with dresses as loud as these dresses, the styling is also very important. So she kept her hair up and just a simple earring to not distract or overwhelm us with the dress. Next is Texas, Brittany Booker, who's also in the top 10. Hers is a fitted bodice with different shades of blue and maybe some clear crystal beads on the bodice, and then a sheer skirt with just the right amount of blues kind of cascading down. She looked good, simple hair, simple makeup. Alright, 2013, we're going to start with South Carolina, Megan Pickney, who was the 5th runner-up. She had another one with this kind of like liquid sequin gown. Hers looked like it was like this gold cream color, and it was a halter dress with a cutout at the chest. And I believe the back was open as well. She looked great. I loved this dress. I think that was probably one of the best dresses that year. Next, Illinois, Stacey Juris, who was 2nd runner-up that year. This dress, this was when kind of like the sleeves trend started taking over. I love the color of this dress. It's probably one of my favorite colors. This like deep navy, almost gray blue color with the sheer lace sleeve and all the beading. And then the v-neck. Also, I couldn't find a decent photo of it, but the back of this dress had like the perfect cutout and shows the right amount of skin because she's so covered up head on, and then she turns around and kind of shows a little bit of personality. Alabama, Mary Margaret McCord, who was 1st runner-up. God, her parents must have they set her up so perfectly to be a pageant queen. Mary Margaret is such a pageant name. Anyway, she had this strapless black velvet gown with a pretty dramatic fishtail. When you see it walking, it's pretty big. And I love the accessories. I love that kind of really dark black look with the emerald earrings. She looked great. Moving on to 2014, Florida, Brittany Odelhoff, who was 4th runner-up. It's when we start to see some fringe incorporated into these gowns. She had this silver / nudish color dress with silver beads all over it, and the bottom is actually layers and layers of fringe, so when she walked, they kind of just fanned out around her. Next we have Georgia, Tiana Griggs, who was 2nd runner-up. This was probably my favorite mermaid dress I've seen on the Miss USA stage. White, fitted, with a gold lace top, simple hair, and then just classic red lip. She looked great. I actually thought that she was going to win that year. The whole night I was like, Tiana's winning. Georgia got this. Alright, next we have Maryland. Taylor Burton, who placed in the top 10. I'm usually not a fan of a pink dress, but this one I thought looked great. Which is a simple halter dress with a chest opening, silver beading, thigh slit, and it's just this really cool shade of like very light, almost icy pink. It's really nice. Wisconsin, Bishara Dore, who was in the top 10. I love yellow. Yellow is my favorite color. She had this beaded, fitted bodice, and then a really, really flowing yellow skirt that she played with a lot on stage. It looked great. 2015, Kentucky, Katie George, who was in the top 11. This, again, that color like Miss Illinois from 2013, this really dark gray blue sequin dress. I love the cut of this dress. It just cinches at the waist and then it doesn't flow out too much with the slit and the neckline. Also, if you guys know, can comment down below if you know the proper terms for maybe the thigh slit or different kind of necklines. Share those with me below because I'll be doing more videos like this and I would like to get the terminology right. Next we have Nevada, Brittany McGowan, who was 3rd runner-up. This was a beautiful dress. It was silver, covered in silver lace. She had a detachable skirt and long sleeves, so it was really nice. And I remember them saying in the commentary that she was super worried about taking off that skirt. And she did trip a little bit, but not at that part. She kind of lost her balance, slippery stage, I guess. Hawaii, Emma Woe, who was in the top 11 that year. Fitted white bodice, beaded lace with a nice jeweled belt, and then a sheer flowing white skirt. Little risky, those kind of dress where it almost looks like a one-piece bathing suit with a skirt, but she pulled it off beautifully. And of course, Oklahoma, Olivia Jordan, Miss USA 2015. You can't leave out that hot pink dress. Like I said before, I'm not a fan of the pink dresses. This one is such a statement though, and it's iconic now. It's like, think of Miss USA. At least me, I see Olivia Jordan in this dress. Fitted top, and then this huge princess skirt with ruffles. I mean, classic. Let's move on to 2016. California, Nadia Mejia, who was in the top 5. Orange flowing dress, little simple belt, and the dress, I think the chiffon on the dress really caught the wind when she walked. She looked great, she had fun up there. District of Columbia, Deshauna Barber, Miss USA 2016. Now there was a lot going on this dress with the beading and the gold collar and the long sleeve and the fringe skirt, but it all worked perfectly. She looked great. The back was open as well. And another one of those moments where she came out and, oh, she's gonna win Miss USA. South Dakota, Madison McTown, who was placed in the top 10. Now I usually hate a gown with a cape. I don't like the style of it, especially in a pageant, because, you know, you're going after a sash and a cape kind of makes it difficult to put a sash on. Obviously you can go under the cape, but I just imagine the crowning belt would be bad. But anywho, this dress was gorgeous. Just such a pure white color all the way down, and then at the bottom you have, it looked like it was just like dipped in this like really nice cobalt blue. And again, simple hair pulled back, simple makeup. She looked great. I'm honestly surprised she didn't make the top 5 that year, but I'm not a judge, so I don't get to say. 2017, Minnesota, Meredith Gold, who's second runner-up. This dress, they said, was a mixture of 2 dresses, the top of one and the bottom of another. It was very interesting. So it was a white dress. The top was fitted with silver crystals, halter top, and then it was like a flowing skirt, and when she walked, it looked like she was almost wearing like a sheer legging with the same kind of print on the skirt. It was very cool. New Jersey, Shavi Berg, first runner-up. Black beaded halter dress. Fits her perfectly. They made a few comments about this dress being off the rack. A lot of the times, the contestants will have custom dress made through Sherry Hill, their gown sponsor, or other gown companies. I don't see a problem with going off the rack. Realistically, most of her wardrobe will be off the rack, so to know that you can just pick up any dress and not have to do too much to it, star. South Carolina, Megan Gordon, placed in the top 5. Royal blue beaded dress, kind of off the shoulder cut with a flowy train skirt overlay. I don't know what the correct term for that is when they have a dress down and then there's like an attached skirt behind them. Beautiful color, beautiful on her, and I loved it. 2018, Kelly Johnson, placed in the top 10. I'm usually not a big fan of black dresses at Miss USA. Black or white tend to not be my favorite. I like the nude and the flesh tone colors with the sparkles, but this dress was great. I mean, it had a dangerously high thigh slit, and then the top was lace, black lace, but she looked good. New Jersey, Alexa Noon, who placed in the top 10. Another one of my favorite kind of dresses, just the skin tone with a beaded lace kind of pattern on it, and then obviously the trims are beaded as well. Simple, beautiful on her, great hair and makeup. She was my favorite that year. I really wanted her to win. She didn't make the top 5, unfortunately, though, but she looked great. North Carolina, Kaylin Miller Keys, first runner-up. You may also know her from the Bachelor franchise. She competed on Colton's season and then Bachelor in Paradise. I think she ended up, she's still with Dean. I don't know if they're married, but anywho, when she competed at Miss USA, she wore this beautiful, very simple, just strapless orange dress with a little bit of detail around the waist, and she looked great. Georgia, Mariani Ugorola, sorry, placed in the top 10. This was my favorite dress that year. I loved how loud it was. It's just like sheer, beautiful color, royal blue, and then it has all the beading on it, and then there's a fringe detail on her shoulders. And this picture you're seeing is actually from the preliminary competition. She kept her hair down. On finals night, she wore her hair in a ponytail, and I think that might have killed it for her, unfortunately. I think with a dress so dramatic, having the hair back, she just needed to have her hair down and regular. And we've come to 2019. Arkansas, Savannah Skidmore placed in the top 5. She had this great cut, like dark red dress covered in beading, fitted perfectly. The only thing I didn't like is it looked like she had the hanger straps and she wore them. And maybe the dress was too heavy, or maybe there was some detail on the strap that the camera wasn't picking up, but it kind of looked like she just had the hanger straps on by accident. Nonetheless, she looked great. Kansas, Alyssa Cleansing placed in the top 10. Black velvet dress with this like crystal trim around the neck and around the leg slit, matching shoe. Very Audrey Hepburn. I got strong Audrey Hepburn vibes from this dress. She looked great, simple hair, loved it. New Mexico, Alejandra Gonzalez, first runner-up. Love yellow, like I said, it's my favorite color. This dress was so unique with a one-shoulder beaded bodice it looked like it had like blue and green crystals on it. And then the huge uneven hemmed skirt. Only thing I wish she did was wear a color shoe, maybe like a blue shoe or a green shoe to match the top, but loved it nonetheless. So those are my favorites from the past 10 years. I did pick my top 5 favorites, so in this order. Number 5, DC, Deshauna Barber. Number 4, Kentucky 2015, Katie George. Number 3, New Mexico 2019, Alejandra Gonzalez. Number 2, Illinois 2013, Stacy Juris. And my favorite Miss USA dress of the past decade is none other than California 2011, Alyssa Campanella, Miss USA. I just love everything about this dress. I mean, if I was a pageant coach, this would be a similar dress that I would push my girls to wear. I just loved everything about it, the styling. She looked great. She knew she was winning that night. Well, that's it for this video. If you guys liked it, please give it a big thumbs up. Remember to hit subscribe. I put out new videos when I can, usually monthly. There will be some more videos coming as we get closer to Miss USA. There are some rumors it might be happening in October in New York City. So we'll see when we get there. And leave a comment down below. Who are some of your favorite dresses? Do you like my choices or are there some I left out? But that's it for this one and I will see you guys next time. Bye!